Hello everyone, this is Isaac,
This is Taryn.
and we are True Masters and Morons. As you can tell, Taryn is tired because he's yawning.
Hey, he caught me in the middle of it. I was fine, and then we're like, let's begin. Okay. Like, it's not
contagious, dang it! Oh, I read the wrong way.
Mock me, will you? Is that not where? Is that not the way to go?
No, this is where I started. I just ran the wrong way.
We got turned around. All right.
I got turned around, my bad.
Well, hello guys. We're in the impossible ice labyrinth that totally did not form out of the walls she made because bull crap.
Yeah, no, there's no way. She
dropped-
broke the floor and we sunk. That's what happened.
Yes. You were dropped into some sort of pre-existing ice labyrinth. Can you go through that? That looks like something you should go through.
No, that's the same thing that was blocking the other room. I had to beat a bunch of Heartless to get that.
That's the. You have an addiction, dude. It's a problem.
And?
Spoken like a true addict. I don't have a problem. They have a problem. It's called a fire god of death.
Honestly, the biggest part is that it gets rid of mobs so fast that doing this is actually faster than just sitting there and beating on them myself. So I can get through more crap.
Okay. Well, just remember that you... Oh, gosh. Just remember you have a tree you can swing off of.
It's true, I do have a tree I can swing off of. Oh yeah, look at all those points. Those useless points.
Right. Hey, oh gosh. Did you... No, Goofy killed him. Okay.
I'm like I don't know who killed him, but somebody died.
I'm like, did you just ground slam him from all the way over there? What?
Okay.
You came from there. You came from there. You came from there.
So it did not.
Okay.
Open. Oh.
Ah!
Shut up.
Now you know how it opened.
I guess so.
I had to kill a bunch of Heartless. And do collateral damage in the process.
Apparently.
I like that he can just stand there and go, murder.
And that's exactly it. It's just like, oh look, I hit
leap
everything.
Oh gosh. There's so much.
he hit the wall.
And
that's gonna be a bit closer to the ground. Yeah.
That's my one thing.
Look at
when
that.
he goes so high up, does like he hit everything on the bottom? I mean, I guess he scorches the ground, so he must. But
well, I might as well.
Yeah. Who knows if you're coming back here?
I mean, you have to based on that. Okay, hang on. I have to cheesy my way up. Hold up.
Mega Man. Almost.
Hey.
Almost.
Hey.
We're gonna let him get up this wall, guys. We'll be back.
I should just be able to dash up like that. There we go.
Huzzah.
We'll see whether or not that's the way I'm supposed to do this.
I feel like it must be.
Oh my gosh, it's a map!
Yay!
I wonder where it leads.
Yeah, this is the way back down to where I was.
So you did. You totally cheesed your way up there. Very nice.
I did. I cheesed my way up there. Alright. Whatever.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Oh, hello, Pots. Goodbye, Pots.
Violent pots.
Hey, as long as they ain't flower pots. They would die here. It's too cold.
That is true. That is true.
And that would be very sad, because I like flowers. They are pretty. Ooh,
I said,
speaking of pretty.
They said they're having a bunch of those that look like flowers. With that. Oh, okay.
All right. It's the arrow dudes, nobodies.
Dagger Dance Bunny Heartless?
No, these are nobodies.
Oh.
They're the crossbow dudes, nobodies. All right.
Flaming Cat Fiery Doom.
And I love the blue eyes and just everything about it. It's so pretty.
Oh, he does have blue eyes, doesn't he? I was thinking they were white, just like his teeth.
He is Blue Eyes Red Lion.
You know, that works.
That is exactly what Yu-Gi-Oh would call him.
that is true.
There's something funny about that pillar.
Sora, try the pillar.
Try what with the pill? You guys are very unspecific. Just saying.
Apparently, you had to make it spin.
Well, I mean, it's the only thing you can do to shining pillars, but still, they were very unspecific.
Hey, look, we can get through now.
And again, I say, I think you could throw the members of the organization fairly far.
Right?
Sora rotated that pillar.
I just rotated a dungeon.
Yeah,
There's
no.
only one room. I rotated a room in a dungeon.
Yeah, no. No.
Like, don't get me wrong. We all know that it has much more to do with the mechanism than Sora's physical strength, but still.
No, but I mean, like, that's honestly like Link saying, I trust anything as far as I can throw it, even before he gets gauntlets and crap. Like,
That let him
he can
throw
do some
pillars the
crazy
size of-
crap.
Whoa!
Bicycles.
That they did. They looked sharp and magic and green and dangerous.
Yes, they did.
And all around just not good.
Oh, man, that's not what I wanted.
Agile claws.
I want this one.
Honey pouch.
But I guess I'll do Agile Claws anyway, because they're pretty freaking cool.
Oh, so I found out something funny recently.
Oh.
So we've mentioned this buddy of ours before. And we've also mentioned that we play D&D. Buddy of ours plays D&D as well.
Very much so, yes.
And a few years ago, he got me to start watching Critical Role. If you know what D&D is, you probably know what that show is.
He's the one who started you on that.
Yeah, so he came to me. He's like,
I
"This is an
did not
amazing
know
show.
that.
You got." He's like, "This is an amazing show. You got to check it out." So for those that aren't in the know, just quick version. Critical Role is a live stream show of a D&D group. It's a bunch of voice actors. It's pretty good. That's the short version.
And real quick, actually, it was really funny. I've been watching, Sarah and I have been watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I'm realizing how many times I have heard certain voice actors just in that show.
Oh, really?
Sam's in is like 4 different characters in that show.
Sam is everywhere.
Sam is everywhere.
You know,
Anyway.
apparently he won an Emmy at some point. So
Oh,
go him.
go him.
Anyway, so it's a D&D campaign with this group of people. They happen to be voice actors, so their voices are on point, and they're not great at the rules except for the dungeon master, but they're amazing at roleplay. So it's fun to watch. Anyway, what makes this funny is, again, this was like 2.5, almost 3 years ago now, right?
Yep.
Our buddy comes to me gushing about this show. He's like, "Dude, you've got to try it." Talks about how amazing it is.
Dude, you gotta try it. Like,
you got to check it out. It's amazing. You know, there's various specifics that he's like, this is the very best. I'm sorry, does that just...
Honey Blasters!
Yes! Homing, honey, stirring thing, bullets with bees. Oh, frick yes. This
That's
is my
awesome.
favorite. Oh my
really
gosh, and it just shows
freaking cool.
barrages of them.
Yep.
And you float and fly.
Yep.
This is my favorite
Honey Launcher!
weapon. Oh.
It gets bigger, suckers!
Oh, it's a grenade launcher.
It's a rocket launcher.
Yeah, I assumed grenade because of how it started, but yeah, it's a rocket launcher. Does it upgrade from here too?
Nope, just has a finish.
Oh, that's a big old B. Oh! Nuclear honey launcher!
Alright. Pooh's sword is awesome!
I am down. I am so down. That is amazing.
Wholeheartedly agree.
But so he comes to me gushing about this show to the point of like, you must watch it. I will like watch the first episode with you. But he talks. I'm not gonna say he was talking about it like it's the greatest show ever, but he was like fanboying over this harder than I'd seen him fanboy over most things. And I've seen him get very excited over things. So he was totally into the show. I checked it out. I agreed. I thought it was great. In the last 2.5 years, I have used it like the podcast, like listening to it while I do other things, and I watched through their entire first campaign. They've been going long enough that they're on to do a second campaign now. They finished the whole first one. Again, if you're into D&D and good role play, it's fun.
It's fun.
I have, as Isaac mentioned, I got him to start checking it out a few months ago.
Yeah, I've recently started watching it. I'm nowhere near as far as him, but that's because I decided to watch it from the beginning, like a suicidal maniac at this point.
I did too. Like that's how you how you do a story.
But you
man.
started it 2 years ago.
Yeah, I did start it 2 years ago. Yeah. So here's what. Does that shiny mean that you can jump up to it, or does it mean something else?
I think it does mean that I can just lazy man up to it. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Oh! Dirty!
Ha-ha! I ain't going nowhere.
So here's what's crazy. That was like 2.5, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So, was talking with him the other day about stuff happening in the second campaign, because I'm at this point I'm like 4 episodes behind where they are now. I caught up that pretty close. And I'm like, oh yeah, have you seen this part yet? I was like, oh no, I haven't finished the first campaign yet. I'm like, oh,
what?
Oh, okay, where are you? It turns out all of that gushing and like this is the best thing ever stuff he gave me, he is right now, 2.5, 3 years later after getting me to start watching this, 8 episodes in. I think you're farther than he is.
Kidding? Yeah, I am farther than he is. I'm on episode like 13, 14.
And so I stared at him like,
what?
How are you only that far? He's like, I don't know, I was doing other things. I'm like, you have not recommended anything to me so hard ever. How are you not past it? What? And he just...
Well, and no, there's no way, because it's just insane to me, because we were literally having a conversation with him last weekend about Matt Mercer, the DM of that game, and how like awesome he is, and how he is like the best DM according to him. Which, don't get me wrong,
that was one of the things. That was one of the things he fanboyed over. Was like, oh, Matt Mercer's such a great DM.
And don't get me wrong, Matt Mercer is definitely a fantastic DM. I'm never going to argue that. Best is arguable because I've never actually been able to experience him as my own DM. I enjoy my DMs. I think they're very good, and I enjoy their stories as much as I enjoy watching Critical Role. So, there we are. But he was still like, just like, oh man, you know, Matt Mercer is the best DM ever, blah, 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 blah. And he's only seen 8 episodes?
Yeah. Now, to in all fairness regarding the Matt Mercer thing, he has another thing that they did early on was a bunch of videos about like DMing tips.
He does do those, and
buddy has seen, and our buddy has seen, I think, all of those. So that's part of his thing for Matt specifically, but yeah, no, exactly, right? So you know what I'm talking about. His level of like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's only seen 8 episodes, and I'm like, how is this even possible?
No, and I don't know. And that also,
yes,
like...
that, exactly, right there.
I also feel like, and Matt's very much one of those people who, he is not one of those who would say he's the best DM ever, or that there even is a best DM ever.
I don't know well enough to say that or not, but...
He's said on multiple different podcasts he's been on that every DM is unique and that they can all bring different things to the story, and he very explicitly tells people to not try and like copy or not try and be the next Matt Mercer. Like he says, go do your own stuff, because that's what's going to be awesome for you and your group.
For sure.
You know? And that's a big thing for him.
I will say, like, full disclosure, I'm, as previously noted, he's a great DM. He's been doing it for years. He's very good at what he does. It's like any other skill. The longer you do it, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. I am not as good as he is. That being said,
I will argue that a little bit. But...
I've seen the preparation he puts in. I just don't.
Okay, yeah, no, that is true. He does say that he puts about half the amount of hours that they're going to be playing into the amount of time that he.
And that's a pretty standard thing. If you're what is considered like the proper amount of time is like you putting it like at least the same amount of time into prep as you spend it into playing. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what most people will say is the average time. I don't have time to do that, but I also have a different process entirely than most people do. So it works out all right. There's one area of DMing that makes harder for me, but other than that, it's fine. Anyway, but what I was going to say was that I'm not as good as he is. I will just say that out right now. There are other DMs that we have in our actual experience that I'll also say I'm not as good as, but I'm getting there in general. But the bigger point is that if in some future point we were to say it's like, all right, I have reached that quote unquote Matt Mercer level of expertise, my games and campaigns and DMing style will still look nothing like his at all.
Yeah.
Because we do things very differently, and that's just fine.
And that's how it
totally
should be, you know?
Yeah. It's
like
like different writers for books or shows or whatever. It's like it's going to be a very different feel because it's very different people doing it.
Yeah, you don't want every DM to be the same because then every game you go to, every session you go to is going to be a very similar experience. And the whole point of switching
granted,
up
a
DMs
DM is only ever at most like 50% of it because the rest is the party and
should be the party.
Well, anyone who's played
properly.
more than like anyone who's played more than like 4 sessions of D&D can tell you that party is not always going to do what the DM thinks they're going to do, which means things may go a very different direction.
Well,
that is very true.
Seemed to lock
A
everything
very
in place.
different direction. Why did you have to say that, Donald? It would have been the end of it.
Very done.
It would have been the end of it. And no,
Okay.
you had to jinx us.
There's a thing down there with a portal in it. I'm going to
Right
assume
there,
that's a
yeah.
portal at least. And there's no light here. All right.
What about on the right one?
Yep.
Smash those pots. You better link those pots.
Now I will say I'm really excited because the only other D&D thing I've watched, like big podcast thing, because I know there are plenty of them out there. Is College Humors.
Okay.
The first season, the one of the
This must be the exit.
what is it?
Fantasy High.
Fantasy High. And I really enjoyed that. They had me laughing my butt off the first session. I loved it. Sarah was not as into it. But are you kidding me?
Middle tier? What were you on before?
Taryn, this is back where I started.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. That's nice.
So back to the portal.
And then take one of the other 2 sets.
And Matt is going to be in a game.
Oh, you're not going to take one of the
where-
other 2 directions?
Nah. Matt's going to be in a game that's being DM'd by the College Humor DM. And I'm so excited.
Okay. I love that you leave tracks in the snow. That is so cool.
I think she might have gone up in that direction.
She didn't build walls around us.
Okay,
She
come on.
put us into a different dimension? She made
No.
a portal with electricity and ice.
You know, from here
I'm
we
gonna
might be
say-
able to reach that maze we were trapped in.
I'm going to say she magic portaled you into Elsa's Ice Palace basement. And then that is the magic portal out of Elsa's Ice Palace basement.
Sure. We'll say that.
What
We'll accept that.
That's what I'm calling that until proven otherwise.
Jeez, dude.
Just yikes.
But yeah,
Anyway,
so I'm
you're
really
so
excited
excited.
about that. Because it's mixing two D&D things that I'm honestly a big fan of. I like the way that the College Humor DM does it. Ryan, I think is his name, because I feel bad just calling him the College Humor DM.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
And I think he does a great job. I also think he's also a fantastic DM. And he and Matt did a podcast together where they discussed DM tips and all of that and a lot of stuff like that. And it was really fun to watch the two of them and seeing them agreeing on things and describing things. I'm like, oh, this is so cool, because these are two DMs that I would say that I have enjoyed the most in my viewing. That I've seen other D&D stuff, podcasts, etc. I just don't like any as much as Critical Role or College Humors. You know? Okay. Gosh, that's a big explosion.
It really is. I haven't watched College Humors. I do like the guy who does that. The stuff he tends to be in on their channel, I tend to like.
I agree. I think he does good stuff.
There's just, I guess there's a sense of humor and comedy there that I gel with, and that's one thing about comedy specifically is you need to find someone who who jams the way you jam for it to be funny. Like, that's really all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's why like things like comedy sketches are so hit or miss, because not everybody likes the same stuff.
Yeah, right. And that's another thing. Like, I totally agree. There are things like, there are comedians I'm a huge fan of, but I'll watch a whole set of their stuff, and it's like, I liked like 2 of your jokes in this set. It just wasn't for me, you know.
Yeah.
But
and then you'll watch others, and it's like all but one of those jokes was amazing, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
From the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like DMs that I like, I'm feeling bad because I can't remember his name either. But if you're into this kind of stuff, you should totally check out The Third Wheel.
Oh yeah, you
That
do
GM
really like The Third Wheel.
Yeah, that GM is also amazing. He is just great. And
I tried to get into Third Wheel. I liked it, but not nearly as much as I liked either of the other two that we've mentioned.
It's a very different feel for sure. Like the Critical Role one, for example, is much more like We Play, more like serious fantasy, whereas the Third Wheel is much more comedic.
Well, and the funny thing is, I would honestly say I enjoy College Humor more than I enjoy Critical Role.
I'm gonna have to go check this out at some point. Then.
At this point, I have seen, like, I think I've seen about 6-7 episodes of the College Humor Season 1, which was Fantasy High. And I've seen...
How many episodes are there? Do you know?
I want to say that they did, like, 20. Okay. I don't know, though. But then I've seen, like, 12 of the Critical Role ones. And I can honestly say that, personally, I enjoyed the College Humor ones more. And that does not mean that the Critical Role ones are bad and it's like, oh, Critical Role sucks.
Just like,
no,
it's exactly like what we were just talking about, though. Is there's things that gel with you more, especially in a game game style you're familiar, or game you're familiar with. It's like, you know, there's stuff that you like more.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things about, like, the Third Wheel one. Absolutely, I would not be surprised if it takes a lot of people time to get into it. But if you like watch their more recent stuff, or even like they do,
one-offs of different types of role plays, right?
Yeah, and he's almost always the GM, and he's just so great. I love the way he puts the story together, and he also makes good stuff. But his personal style of like comedy also works for me, so that helps with when the storytelling, when it's a little bit less serious. He does serious well, but when it's not serious, it tends to be a style of not serious that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So
there was one they did. It was like a horror, like inside of a museum thing where they had to go collect things, and there were demons, and there was this weird talking squirrel.
I think I know what one you're talking about.
That I remember watching,
did
I
you
enjoyed
watch the
that
whole thing?
I think so.
Was a magic painting involved at some point?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
And I enjoyed that one. It was pretty fun, but in general, third wheel, not exactly my cup of tea.
I got you. I got you.
We should have stopped this before this cutscene.
And now the cutscene takes another 20 minutes.
Right. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe orb.
To see our last Let's Play, click or tap the link on the right.
For our last lore video, click the link on the left.
Thank you to all of our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.